Hello, friends, and welcome back to Stories About Entitled People. Let's start today's video with a story that perfectly captures peak entitlement, the kind that makes retail workers question how some people function in society. But before we begin, best way to support our channel is to leave comments, like, and subscribe with the turned-on bell so you don't miss the new video every single day. Here we go. Didn't like the gift? Too bad. You can't return it after eating some. This is an old one, but it's stuck in my mind as an example of the overprivilege some people have. Hopefully I haven't embellished it too much in subsequent years of retelling. I'm working as an assistant manager in a shop in the weeks following Christmas one year. We have a display of boxed chocolates and other sweet gifts. There's an older lady pursuing this selection as I'm tidying shelves, checking stock levels, etc., when I hear a loud, very posh voice, "Excuse me, you there? Can I help you, madam? Yes, I'm looking for a box of chocolates. Anything in particular? Well, just something to replace these." She had with her, in her hand, a box of chocolates that we sold. That much I could see. I mentioned that I'd be happy to help her find a replacement. I knew these weren't exclusive to us and could be found elsewhere locally, so I asked if she had her receipt. "Oh no," she replied haughtily. "I didn't buy them. They were a gift. My grandchildren told me they bought them here." "Oh, okay, that shouldn't be a problem. We're a small town and I would normally recognize the customer, but we have a few well-off older people that rarely visit the local shops, and I thought I'd give her the benefit of the doubt." She was a bit superior, but I was determined to be professional and polite. "May I just ask, what's the problem with the chocolates you're returning?" I asked. "Oh, there's nothing wrong with them. I just don't like them." It was at this point I became a little suspicious. "I'm sorry, could I just see which ones they are?" I said. It was at this point when she held the box out I could see that they had been opened, the seal broken, and the inner packaging loose. "I'm sorry, madam," I told her. "This box has been opened. I can't accept a return if the product isn't faulty." "Well, of course it's open. I had to try them. That's how I know I don't like them." "But there's actually nothing wrong with them? They're not moldy or contaminated?" "No, I just don't like them." Her condescending tone was starting to get to me. "I'm sorry, madam. I won't be able to accept these for return as the product was in good condition when we sold them and they've been open since." "This is atrocious. How am I supposed to know if I like something if I can't open it? I will not be shopping here again." With that, she stormed out. This might have carried some weight if she had actually ever deigned to shop here in the first place. The audacity to ask for a replacement for a food product that had been in perfectly good condition until she had partially eaten it and that she hadn't paid for in the first place? True to her word, we never saw her again. These are the kind of people you can tell have never worked a day in their life unless it's some kind of no-pressure thing where they stuffed envelopes for a charity for an afternoon so they could brag to their friends what a selfless person they are. And our second story. 20-year friendship ended over free eye care samples. I'm a 55-year-old husband, father, doctor. Flashback 22 years. I've opened my own medical eye care office in New York City. In January 2000, I'm in business maybe 7 months. My best friend since high school calls asking if I can get a sample colored contacts for his mom. Sure, I say, warning him that, at the time, the sample lenses say "sample" written right on the lens and are really only for patients to pick the color they like. The CL companies did this to recoup the many hundreds of thousands of dollars lost on patients walking out with samples, never to return again to purchase anything. He tells me he doesn't care, his mom just wants to try them, so I bring him perhaps 5 pair in several colors. The call comes in a day later. What's with the lenses saying "sample" over the colored part? I mean, my mom told me everyone can see that it says "sample." She can't even wear them outside. She's embarrassed. I remind him we talked about this. He goes, "Yeah, but you're a doctor. Can't you just call the company and say they're for you?" "I'll still have to pay for them," I reply. "I'll just charge your mom what I pay for them then." Again he insists, "But wait, doctors get free stuff all the time. Can't you just make an exception this time?" He says in a kind of entitled but not nasty voice. I reply that I don't know what type of exception he means. I have to pay, and that means your mom should just reimburse me. That's the way business works. The next statement tugged on my heartstrings. Again, what if you were getting them for your family? Wouldn't you just get them and not charge them? I said, yeah, I do love your mom. I guess I can get her the real lenses. No sweat. So I did. Once, then twice, then a third time. Eventually, I was supplying her oodles of free contacts in every color, size, prescription, and manufacturer there was. Monthly for 3 to 4 years. I lost nearly $800 and never a dollar was offered to me. By month 9, I called my friend to break the news that the gravy train was over. His mom would have to start paying. What? Why? I explained how much I was losing. All you doctors are the same. You make zillions of dollars and never give anything back. Well, so just get them online then. Thanks for nothing. We haven't spoken to each other since that day 20 years ago. The thought of Mom walking around with sample printed over her iris just made me laugh so hard. I'm imagining her strolling around, meeting up with her old lady pals to show off her cool colored contact lenses. And when she sits down, the lady on the other side of the table says, "Doris, why does your eyeball say sample?" And our last story. They thought they could use my electricity for free. Big mistake. I rent a cozy home with a nice little garden, and while I pay for all the utilities, my landlord, an 84-year-old gentleman, lives right next door. He's honestly one of the best people I've ever met, and over the years we've built a friendship that feels like family. The neighbors behind me is a completely different story. For over 3 years, they've never spoken a word to me. Not a hello, not a how's it going, nothing. It's like they don't even acknowledge I exist, and honestly, I was fine with that. Then, suddenly, they needed something. A few days ago, a guy from a construction company knocked on my door. He was polite, explained that the neighbors were removing a chunk of concrete from their backyard, and asked if they could park a dumpster in the shared alleyway behind my house. Him, would that be all right? We'll only need it for a few days. Me, yeah, that's fine. There's enough room for me to park, so it's not an issue. We even had a nice chat about my garden before he left. No problem, right? Then the next day, he came back. I was outside weeding my flower beds when I saw him walking up again. This time he had a weirdly casual smile, like he was about to slide something past me. Him, hey again, so I was talking to your landlord earlier, and he said it's cool if we use that outdoor outlet on your garage for our tools. I blinked. What? Me. Wait, the outlet on my garage? Him, nodding, all smiles. Yeah, the one right over there. Your landlord said it's fine, so we'll just plug in and get started. Shouldn't be a big deal. I was so confused for a second. My landlord's a sweetheart, but he doesn't pay for my electricity. I do. Me, I pay the electric bill here. So that outlet, it's on my dime. His smile faltered for just a second, and then he struggled and laughed like I was overthinking things. Him, oh, I mean, we'll figure it out. Figure it out? Excuse me, there's nothing to figure out. And then, before I could even say anything else, he walked away, grabbed an extension cord, and started plugging in his jackhammer. Nope, not happening. I stared at him in shock for a solid 5 seconds before marching over. Me, whoa, 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 what are you doing? Him, genuinely surprised that I dared to question him. Setting up? Me, did I say you could use my electricity? Him, blinking, clearly thrown off. Your landlord said it was fine. Me, my landlord doesn't pay the electric bill. I do, and I'm telling you right now, you're not using my power. He sighed dramatically like I was being difficult. Him, look, it's just a little electricity. You won't even notice it on your bill. Me, oh great, since it's so small, why don't you run your cord to the house you're actually working on? He glanced back at the neighbor's house, then back at me, looking sheepish. That's when it clicked. The house he was working on, the neighbors who hired him had multiple security cameras, motion lights, and an outdoor power source in the backyard, but instead of using their electricity, he was trying to mooch off mine. Why? Probably because the homeowners told him no, which made him think I'd be an easier target. Me, what's wrong? Did they say no when you asked to use their power? Him, shuffling awkwardly, well, they just said it'd be easier to use yours. Me, oh, so they don't want to pay for it, but I should? Yeah, that's not happening. Him, grumbling, it's just a little power. You don't have to be so stingy. I walked straight back inside and called my landlord. He picked up almost immediately. Landlord, hey, sweetheart, what's up? Me, Did you tell the construction guys they could use my garage outlet? Landlord, surprised. Oh yeah, one of them asked earlier. I didn't think it was a big deal. Me, well it is because I'm the one paying for it. Landlord, pausing. Wait, they didn't ask you first? Me, nope. Landlord, scoffing. Well, that's not right. Me, exactly. I told them no, but they started plugging in anyway. Landlord, call the police. I blinked. My sweet 84-year-old landlord just told me to call the cops. Me, seriously? Landlord, absolutely, that's theft. You told them no and they're stealing your power anyway. Call the non-emergency line and report it. Well, alrighty then. So I did exactly that. I called the police and explained the situation. They sent an officer within 15 minutes. When the cop arrived, the construction guy was midway through breaking up concrete with his jackhammer, happily running on my electricity. Cop, sir, I need you to unplug that and step over here. Construction guy, freezing mid-jackhammer. The cop walked over, took one look at my locked backyard gate, then at the extension cord running through it, and turned back to him. Cop, did you get permission to use this power? Him, stammering, well, her landlord said. Cop, did she give you permission? Construction guy, mumbling, no. Cop, then that's theft. Long story short, he was ordered to unplug everything immediately. The cop gave him a warning, but let him know that if I wanted to, I could press charges. The guy apologized through gritted teeth, yanked out his cord, and stomped back to the neighbor's yard. Final outcome. They had to use their own power. They now know I'm not a pushover. My landlord now double-checked before agreeing to things on my behalf. The neighbor now refuses to make eye contact with me every time I walk by. Maybe next time he'll pay for his own damn electricity. Huge respect to your landlord for immediately recognizing it as theft and telling you to call the cops. Not many landlords would have their tenants back like that. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.